Selamat datang pemirsa di Business Inspirations. Saya Coach Cynthia, firm owner of ActionCOACH South Jakarta. Business Inspirations adalah sebuah program di mana Anda bisa bertemu dengan pakar-pakar bisnis yang sedang atau sudah melakukan sesuatu yang luar biasa di dalam bisnisnya. Jadi setiap minggu kita bicara dengan narasumber-narasumber yang berbeda, dan tujuan kita bicara adalah untuk mendapatkan bukan hanya strategi-strategi mereka yang sudah terbukti, tapi juga cara berpikir mereka untuk mendapatkan strategi-strategi tersebut. Ya. Jadi it's about real business, real people, real inspirations. I hope you stay with us. Today our guest show is Nadiem Makarin, the owner and the founder of Gojek. Now, what is Gojek? Gojek is basically a courier service, taxi transportation service yang menggunakan ojek. So we have the taxis, now we have the ojek because Jakarta macet, right? So their tagline is Jakarta solutions to Jakarta problems, Very good. He's going to tell us more about it. But what I find is interesting, Nadiem is only 27 years old. He's a very successful consultant at McKinsey. And he does this business part-time. But it's already very, very successful. And he got his bachelor's in international relations from Brown University, and recently graduated from the Harvard Business School. So congratulations on your graduation, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about Gojek. What is Gojek? Use your definition.
Sure. Gojek is essentially a taxi service, that utilizes ojeks instead of taxis. So basically what we do is we enable ojeks from all around the city. We recruit them and partner with them to provide this one-stop shop convenience service for anyone that needs to either go somewhere from A to B, or needs to deliver their item, or even do some shopping for them. So we're pretty much a one-stop shop convenience for traffic-stricken Jakartans who are very frustrated with Jakarta traffic, and they need a very fast response courier logistics company that can quickly get whatever they need.
Very good. So where did the idea come from?
Well, basically about a year ago, I was riding on an ojek, basically, and I struck a conversation with the ojek driver, and I asked them, Pak, kira-kira hari ini berapa orang ngambil gitu? And then he responded and he said, yeah, mungkin 3-4 lah gitu. And I'm like, but how many hours do you work in a day? And he said, probably about 9 to 10 hours. So initially, I was shocked at the amount of idle capacity that these ojek drivers had. And that's where I started thinking more and more about, and the fact that I loved ojek so much, and I found them to be quite integral to my life in Jakarta. If I go to a meeting and I'm late, that's the only way to get from A to B in the quickest way. So I thought, there is a massive inefficiency here in the market. There are a bunch of people that would need Gojek or need ojeks at any given time, but can't have access to them because maybe there's no pangkalan near them, or they don't know or they don't trust ojeks that are around their neighborhood. But at the same time, there's this pool of tens of thousands of ojeks in Jakarta that are sitting idle. And if you know something about Gojeks, in their pangkalans, all they're doing is basically waiting for a customer to approach them.
Right.
Instead of having someone be the mediator and try to match this demand and supply. So that's the basic premise for why we thought Gojek would be a very good market solution, and would also help improve the welfare of ojeks by increasing their income.
Right. So some people get their ideas in the shower, right? But other people just get the ideas in the back of an ojek.
Absolutely. I would highly recommend it. Sitting in the back of an ojek, you get a lot of ideas.
As the wind strikes your hair and everything like that. Now, the theme of today's show is about innovating a new trend. Innovation. We've never had anyone professionalize the industry of ojek before. What does innovation mean to you?
I think innovation means seeing what is there in a new light, essentially, and having impact in creating something that takes advantage of that change of perception. So, for instance, one of the key innovations that I feel Gojek aspires to do is to change the perception of ojeks. So to change the perception of them being an unprofessional, probably unreliable service, to becoming a far more professional and integrated part of the formal economy, right? And so I guess innovation is, for me, is actually probably the courage to test out that model, to test out that assumption that perhaps Gojek could be of greater value to Jakartans.
So how is the business doing now?
It's doing quite well. It's doing quite well. We've started about 5 months now, operation. So we have quite a healthy social media following on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. And our growing customer base. We have quite a loyal customer base as well. Some people even use us like every day to go to work and whatnot. What we have found quite interesting is that initially Gojek was meant to be a mass market model, so for customers or to use to go to work, travel elsewhere, maybe they left their handphone, they needed delivered to them, or their charger and whatnot. But more and more we're noticing that companies are actually finding value in our service as well. So in fact, our fastest growing segment right now is our corporate client base.
Interesting.
So we're getting a lot of companies that actually need just-in-time rapid response delivery for either their products or goods that they want to return from their customers, or to deliver to the next logistical provider. So our corporate clients range from small e-commerce businesses that need to distribute their products, all the way to large multinationals that distribute like FMCG companies and whatnot. So we have a very broad range, and we're getting more and more interest actually from the corporate sector.
Interesting. So even people who start using your services on a routine basis, so this is not just an ad hoc service for them, yeah?
That's right,
Okay.
that's right. So we're actually doing like bulk deals with corporates that
Contracts.
That's right.
Wow.
Contracts with, so it's nice because for the Gojek driver, not only are they getting incremental revenue from additional passengers outside of their immediate vicinity, they're also able to tap into this potentially even larger demand from corporates. So we help mediate that process.
I see, I see. So you find that social media marketing is what you mainly use to market your service?
Absolutely. It's the cheapest and one of the most effective.
Okay.
So we put a lot of time and effort into our website, our logo, our branding, and then connected that to our Facebook page. We have a Twitter page as well, and growing following through it.
Fantastic.
We find that, especially in Indonesia, I don't think any business that gets started now would be as effective without a social media component.
I see.
I think it is probably one of the most, almost under-tapped by some of the probably bigger, more established players. They could do, I feel like they could do a lot more with social media.
Right.
So for instance, we have not, we already have quite a healthy customer base without any direct marketing. We have
Nice.
no advertisings yet.
Nice.
We have no direct sales force.
Right.
Everything comes organically through word of mouth, mainly through social media.
Okay. So more about the marketing side of it. I think that's very interesting. More about the marketing side of it when we return in Business Inspiration. Stay with us.